Speed is the game, but learn. Learn fast, learn quick so you can make your mistakes so that you know what not to do. Because if you're easily swayed, you're going to be tested. And when you're tested, you know what? You just get blown the wrong way, bad day. All of a sudden you say, I'm done.
Hey guys, if you're like me, you've always had a desire to do more. And deep inside, you've known there's a way and a possibility for you to achieve your dreams, the lifestyle, and achieve the freedom you've always wanted. Because we have what it takes to get things done and learn from others and get the mindset to achieve the dreams we've always wanted.
Welcome to SB Warriors. So I'm working a full-time job and I come home and I get on the computer and I start doing some work to fulfill some obligations that I promised to other people. And like most people who are the entrepreneur, you have this balancing act between your real world responsibilities and trying to get a business up and running. And so one of the first things my wife does is she's like, how long are you going to do this entrepreneurial thing? And I think anybody who's been down this journey, you've seen a number of failures. And because you see failures, they see the failures. They see the disappointment, they see the stress, they see the anxiety, everything that comes with trying to start something of your own. So they see everything that you're trying to do this on your own, this process. Along with when you get these questions asked and you want to say, I'm doing it. But because they don't see the results of what the other people who you're shooting to try to achieve, whether it's a certain income level, whether it's a certain freedom level, whether it's a certain fulfillment to help other people level, whatever that is, because you don't initially see it, it becomes hard to say I'm gonna stick with it. But what if we decide that right then and there that you're gonna do it? Like I had been a wrestler in high school, and when I wrestled, started my freshman year, I didn't know a lick of wrestling. I weighed 110 and the weigh scale was 112. And I won off of pure strength. It wasn't my skill, wasn't my level, skill level wasn't my endurance. It was just that I happened to have some athleticism to me. As I grew, as the years came, I started gaining more weight. Then all of a sudden I went from having to not worry about jumping on a scale to all of a sudden I had to cut 5 to 8 pounds per match. And that might have seemed a lot, especially when I had a low percent body weight, but it sucks when you're going through the holidays and all of a sudden you're going, why am I doing this? What am I doing this for? And if you don't have that drive, that ambition, all of a sudden it comes, it's really not that important. Your why for what you do isn't that important. And I remember I always tell my parents, I'm gonna quit. And my parents said, you know what, we don't want you to quit. You're good at it. We don't want you to quit because if you become a quitter, you are now learning how to quit things. And it wasn't until probably my senior year, I had a coach ask me, he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, what are you doing? And I kind of just went with the flow. I didn't give 100% of my effort in a lot of sports because I naturally had some sort of natural ability, but I wasn't super passionate about it. And so since I wasn't passionate about it, I just did it because it was fun. And that senior year, it was a year I decided, you know what? I actually want to do something with this. I have enough skill, I have enough trained enough, I've learned enough that I can finally do something with this skill, the knowledge, the athleticism all together. And I say, you know what, I'm going to at least become a conference champ. Now it's not state, it's not all this huge thing, but it was something that I wanted to do. And I got to tell you, that year was probably one of the toughest years because I made a decision to do something that I normally wouldn't do, where I just kind of went with the flow. I worked hard, I didn't want to lose, and I did all these things, but I didn't have a goal. And this time I decided I was going to have a goal. And so I made it through. I wrestled many tournaments, some with did really well, other times, struggling, but still pushing forward. And I made it to my conference champ in my final bracket. So like if you ever play tennis, there's brackets, or in wrestling, we have brackets. If you wrestle somebody, then you move on as you go further along. So I made it to the final bracket and I was nervous, tired because you wrestled all day. But I knew then and there, when I faced the guy, and I still remember his name, I think it was Maurice Williams. And he is somebody that had beaten me before. And I knew that then a point that I didn't want to quit. No matter what I did, I knew I wasn't going to quit, just like I told my wife. I'm never going to quit. I'm going to do this until I succeed, until I figure out what that missing piece is. Because I know it's part science and there's a little bit of creative element to it where you combine the two together. But there's a formula to achieve for success. And that then and there, in that day when I was wrestling my final match, I didn't win by much, but I did win. And I won because I said, no matter what I'm going to do, I'm not going to quit. And that stuck with me, whether it was me having a hard time in college, me having a hard time in anything I do. I know that if I stick with something, I know I could figure it out. And it's just a matter of timing. And so if you're like me, you're maybe in a different spot, you're trying to figure things out. I want to let you know speed is the game, but learn fast, learn quick so you can make your mistakes so that you know what not to do. And for me, don't do the things that I did when I wrestled. I kind of did it half-assed. And when I did it half-assed, I got half-assed results. And I also wanted to quit all the time. Because if you're easily swayed, you're going to be tested. And when you're tested, you know what? You just get blown the wrong way, a bad day. All of a sudden you say, I'm done. So make a decision, whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a physical goal, whether it's a goal for yourself and your family. When you make a decision to decide that nothing's going to stop you from what you're trying to do, it makes a world of difference. And all of a sudden your momentum builds and you're able to achieve things that you wouldn't be able to achieve. So if you're ever in the spot where you feel down, you feel out, decide, even in spite of what's going on around you, that you're going to persevere and you're going to decide that this is something you want to do because of your why. And because of your why will stick with you, and I guarantee you that if it's a matter of time, that you can actually figure it out. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help along the way. We all have coaches, we all have people who help us, inspire us, to help us move to the next level. But if we don't try, if we never attempt, then we know the known, which is where you're at. And for some reason, it's sticking with you that that's not enough. So if you're like me, I would challenge you. Figure out that why, but decide, more importantly, that you're going to do this. And let your loved ones know, I'm going to continue with this, and I'm asking for your support. And that's not easy. That's why they have some of the hardest things. People who are married or significant others to entrepreneurs have some of the hardest challenges, because as we go through this and our challenges, the personal growth that it requires to get to certain levels, the amount of requirement it takes for the people who care about you and love you, because they go through those trials with you. A lot of times we don't see what they go through. That's why they're just trying to protect us and say, maybe it's time to stop. But in actuality, you know it's not, because you've come too far. You've learned too much, and you know what's on the other side of that hill. You just need to get enough momentum to get over. Keep pushing.
So I post a lot of videos on my entrepreneurial journey, mindset, interviewing top coaches, entrepreneur business owners, you name it. I try to work my best to help you guys see the greatest content that's going to help elevate your game and grow your business. Now, one of the things we did is we created a tool, a software tool that's cost us literally thousands of dollars and almost 2 years to create. With this tool, we are giving away a lifetime license, and it's very important that you guys, when you hear what I'm saying, that we build and grow and engage our list. You control the list. You have the ability to do the Oprah effect. So with that, you guys visit SBWarriors/my-resources. You have access to get a lifetime license for absolutely free. And you can see some of the other tools we use, which is very important in maintaining and growing your business. While we wait for next week's video, if you guys would like, you can take a look at one of these two videos here or here to get started, where we typically go over social media marketing, interviews, see some of the top stuff that's going on currently in the business sphere as far as helping you grow your business. So check out these two videos, get started, have a great day. We appreciate you guys watching, and keep pushing. Push to grow, to get help to keep growing your business for this year and many years to come. I'm pushing for you guys. Have a great one, and we'll see you next time.